you're watching this at a later date, bum, 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 I've not thrown in a few days. So, yeah, if you're watching this at a later date, you're watching Danger's Edge, and I'm back from my vacation, so I'm going to be able to throw now. I got a few things to just get off and have some fun with. Got some axes, got some knives. I don't really have major things planned, but we're going to be throwing some things from Throw Club, and we're just going to have a grand old time today. Got some tomahawks, I've got some axes, I've got some knives, and yeah, I'm just gonna throw to just get back into it. I'm gonna actually focus on throwing with my left hand. I did have an injury over the weekend and all that, and I'll get into that long story in a second. But let's see if I still have it. I'm gonna see if I can throw with the left hand. Oh, yep, left hand one more time. There you go. All right, I got it back. Just takes a moment, you know. Let's see if I can just throw with the left hand. There you go. Ooh, a little bit under. It's the left hand. It might kill me tonight, but that's okay. That's what this night is about. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect. Got to get your, less dominant hands practice. I know I can throw with my right, but it's always good to be ambidextrous. Yeah, let's throw. Have a good time. This log's already fallen off. All right, what do I have? I'm going to see if I can just stick everything that I have. And then that'll be the first challenge that I complete, I guess. Let's go. And I'll move you back just a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. Ooh, actually, you know what? This always gets some really good viewership. Just get a close up like this, and people know what's going on. Nice. Thank you for the one person that is here right now. Hit that like button, help us get this out. We're gonna be throwing axes all night. I'm just kidding, not all night, but a long time. And I'll be practicing with my left hand. So if you see some misses, don't hate me for it. Hooah! Like that one. Those long ones with the left hand are always fun. Got to kind of snap a little bit harder. But man, I'm glad that my target system still looks just the same way I left it. And I'm also going to turn on the lights for the back real quick. Give me a second, everyone. It's a nice night to be out here, though. Oh. Okay, there you go. Whew. There you go. Forgot that my backyard is locked up. When I leave for vacations, I always lock my backyard. Just make it, keep the honest man honest is the best way I can say that. All right, let's give you guys a close-up of these guys here. Yeah, check those out. Some axes. Thank you so much for that one like already. I'll do a few push-ups for every like. Everybody. Whoa, that one went a little over. I'm gonna throw some knives in a second too. I think those will be really fun. Can't wait. I said I think those will be fun. I know those will really be fun. Throw some comments if you have any questions about knife and axe throwing. We're just having some fun tonight. I don't have any major things planned, but I just wanted to knock off the rust, get some practice in, get some rights and some lefts. Coming off of a pretty bad injury from this weekend, from my time away. So, it's a classic Josh story, but I'll get to that another time. I'll be posting it soon. Ooh. All right, let's see how many knives I have. I didn't even count these yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 12 knives, and I also have one of these. Has anybody seen one of these before? It's a one of one made by a friend of mine. Throwing this guy. And actually make it so you can see the swinging log over here. Make it like right around there. That's a really good angle right there. So you can kind of see the swinging log. Move the swinging log to the middle. A little bit more right there. I'm going to throw this at the swinging log. So you're going to get that on the swinging log first try here. There you go. Yeah. Ooh, with this band-aid on my hand, it kind of feels funny. It actually is giving me like a little pad to kind of throw with. I didn't think about that. I have to switch up my throwing technique. But it seems like it's not really affecting me right now. So yeah, those are fun still. Even with the holes in my hands. Oh. Throwing all different types of knives tonight. Show you some close-ups of them in a second. Pick up these axes here real quick. That is the real workout, is pulling the axes out. Show you this axe up close. My favorites right here. Sweet. What's in your fridge? I have a lot of food in my fridge, actually. I just made some barbacoa-inspired pulled beef. And then got some rice, of course, and some beans. I made a whole meal. And then I've got some chicken that I haven't cooked yet. I've got some ground beef I haven't cooked yet. Got some sour cream. I do have some chimichurri in there. Got a lot of food in my fridge, actually, happily. What's in your fridge? It's like that saying, like, what's in your wallet? You know, talking about different things. It's a funny saying. Yeah, this injury is definitely affecting my half spin, but let's see if it affects my no spin. Yeah, it affects my no spin a little bit. But let's fix that. A little bit more practice. Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no spin is just fine. Yeah. It's kind of funny. Hooah. Did I lose a knife already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I am missing one knife. Find it another time. It's probably around here. Probably right here, actually. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's right there on the floor. Of course. Of course. Of course, my horse. Those of you that are watching, where are you guys watching from? You're watching Danger's Edge. I'm Josh. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll be collecting these knives and sharing stories and all that fun stuff. But right now, I'm just going to be throwing. I'm going to try to stick everything that I have, essentially. And then I'm going to move on, and I'll be teaching you how to throw half spin, full spin, and no spin. So let's do it. I'll even switch up that group that I'll be teaching how to throw, because sometimes I feel like those get overplayed. Oops, I almost cut myself there. But we got plenty of time and plenty of night to get thrown here. So yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, nice, from Korea. Hell yeah. Is that Korean flag, or is that, oh, that's a Czech flag. I'm pretty sure. Check me if I'm wrong, but if that's the Czech flag, I'm correct. But yeah, I'm going to throw this. The one thing with throwing this little freaking That was the main problem there. Got to put these down. Had a feeling that was going to happen. Let me fix that. And boo, everybody, I'm back here. So this is why you'll see that. Oh, wow, that bent that. That's fun. You'll see why throwing stars are illegal, because they actually are more dangerous to take out than they are to throw. It's like a guaranteed hit, obviously. But the major thing with throwing... Oh, come on. Can I reach you? Can I make it? Can I make it happen? Oh, yeah, I can. Perfect. Look at that. Awesome. Okay. The main thing with throwing stars is that they actually are really dangerous to pull out. For those of you that not throw, but shoot bow and arrow, you'll know that actually the most dangerous time when you're shooting bow and arrow is when you take out the arrow. So in that same kind of concept, this is a really sharp bladed throwing star. It's literally just two pieces of metal TIG welded together. I don't think you could ever separate these TIG welds with your bare hands or with any sort of tool. You need some pretty serious tools. But these will definitely be ruined after taking it apart. But yeah, so when you're pulling it out, it's actually the more dangerous. It is more dangerous because they got all these sharp blades. So all I can do when I pull this out is pinch as hard as I can and pull it. So that's all I can do. But that's where you'll hurt yourself. So heck yeah, dude. Where's everybody else from? We got one flag in the chat. What's the other spaces everybody's from? And man, that thing just rips. Ooh, those are stacked up right next to each other. I always hate hitting my handle, so that was a good little thing for me right there. They're right next to each other. Oh, I gotta remember to step back for these longer axes. I'm gonna get these done here. Just get them stuck. Boom, 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 boom. Get all practicing. There you go. That was exactly where I want to put that. And we got 12 knives. I'm gonna try to stick all 12 of these knives over here for y'all. And let's go. Whoa, hey-oh, hey-oh. Whoa. Bouncing off. Oh, I do. Somebody asked what's in my fridge. I do have some beans. I think I said that. But I'm gonna show you guys this knife up close. Actually, I really like this recently. It's a really fun knife from Throw Club. Pretty sweet. When you can throw it right. It rips. Under rotating. But I am rusty. I gotta be honest. Whoa, not throwing for almost a week. Really gets you out of your comfort zone. There you go, though. That's a really tight grouping there. It's almost scary because I'm gonna hit another knife. There you go. That's exactly what's gonna happen. But that's what happens when you get better at knife throwing. Get a nice little group, and then you have your curse of accuracy. But that is not a problem for me because you can just thread the needles. Boopity boop boop. Boop boop. Look at that, everybody. Nice little set. Bah, bah, bah. For every like we get, I will be doing a push-up at the very end of this, so help me out here. So far, I only have to do one push-up. So I'll take that any day. One push-up is easy. I'm going to actually keep this angle here. Make it, actually, I really like having the hanging log visible. So I'm going to do one of these. How's that look, everybody? Throw some eyeballs in the chat. Let me know how that looks. But boom, boom, boom. Should be able to see everything there. Get a close-up shot of everything. And I still got to make right on my promise. I did say I was going to stick all of these in one go. Ugh. So let's do that. That was almost all no spins in a row. So that was pretty sweet. But let's see if I can do a few full spins, a few no spins, a few half spins. Do a little mix up for you guys. But yeah, we're throwing all sorts of knives today. We're throwing the Venus. We're throwing what we call the mini sword, which is pretty sweet. And we're also throwing the shadows. These are the shadows. And we are also throwing the frigid swords. These ones are super sweet. Love the frigid swords. Highly recommended. If I were to choose one, I'd choose the mini sword just by the weight. But it is definitely an advanced knife because you can't throw everything unless you know how to throw everything with it. I really like the no spin with it after practicing with it a lot. We got to really get used to not having contact with the ridge. But that is ripped. They feel really, really tight. Oh, whoa, look at that knife support. Look at that knife support. I'm gonna just take that as a rethrow. Technical knife support there. It says throw me again, it counts. There it goes. Haha. Fun no spins today. Gotta really get back into these no spins. Okay, one more. There you go. Man, I love me a good no spin combo like that. So that was 12 no spins. Whoa. And now we're going on to axes here. I'm gonna do a overhand. Overhand again with a little bit longer one. Oh, I knew that one was gonna miss. That one is the longest of the axes I'm throwing. So it takes a little bit of readjustment. It also has the biggest handle. For knife and axe throwing, I don't know if you guys know or feel this way, but I would much rather always, let me show a good example. Oh, I got one right. Boom. Much rather always have like an egg shape versus a round shape whenever I'm throwing knives and axes. So like we got the round shape here. We got the egg shape here. So egg shapes make it so it doesn't twist in your hand. So the egg shape here makes it so it's really easy to flick it the right way you want it. So yeah, let's rethrow these two. Throw them at the same time, maybe. Let's see if I can get that. Oh yeah, nice little double action there. Dual action mode. That's some fun throwing though. I've got a pumpkin we can throw at later. Probably not tonight, but definitely later and soon. So come back for that. Hit that like and subscribe. Check our channel out. Look at our long form, guys. We go live to really promote our long form content that we do. Our long form content is all outdoor knife and axe throwing. We are world's first with a lot of the content that we create. Everybody else is throwing knives and axes, usually just throws in this kind of setting. But we pride ourselves in that we take these knives and axes and we bring them into the woods and we throw outdoors. So if you're into that kind of stuff, if you're into outdoor knife and axe throwing, if you're into mountain biking or just all around getting outside, come join us. Join us for an adventure. We go on multiple types of adventures, all types of adventures. We go traveling and all that fun stuff. So just be a part of our lives and join us on this fun trip that we call life. So gonna throw these mini swords and everything with a half spin now, everybody. So that was a no spin 12. Let's do the half spin. Hit that like button for all the likes. I will be doing push-ups at the very end, so make me do a bunch of push-ups. Make me do a lot of push-ups because that's what I need for sure. All right. There's this. Easy half spin. I gotta restart. Hooah! I have this giant hole in my hand right now, but you know, you can kind of see my band-aids, everybody. Oh, I got a big boo-boo, but yeah, that right there is kind of, let me clean that off. That one's already healed, but I got like a twice as big one here. It's got a hole in it now. But it is what it is. Maybe I got to do an Aria half spin. Little 12er. Yep, that's what it is. There it is. Yeah, a little Aria 12 in a row here. Yeah, I got that. All right. This log is quickly filling up. Woohoo, but I'm knocking knives out, so let's restart. Hooah! All right. For this throw, everybody, I'm just pinching the tip like this. It's called the pinch grip tip. Pinching the grip tip style. So, let me get that out of the way here. Pinching the grip, pinch, grip. So I'm throwing them like this, snapping down for the half rotation to hit the log. I'm going to bring you guys back to the back of the range now, but I'm going to also pull out this throwing star here. It looks fun in theory, but really it kind of takes the fun out of knife and axe throwing. Want to learn how to throw knives? Is there a secret? Great question. I'm about to teach you right now. There's a few secrets, but I wouldn't say they're secrets because I'm about to teach you and I'm about to tell you. Everybody that I usually have over for knife and axe throwing learns how to throw a knife pretty freaking quickly. So I'm going to give you my tips and tricks and kind of where to begin. So let's talk about it. So first things first, when you're starting to throw knives and axes, don't throw different types of knives. When you're learning and you're like really, you have no idea what you're doing, honestly, like if you're like really, you don't want to mix up your knives. I think all knife and axe throwers will tell you the best way to get good at throwing knives is to throw the same type of knife. Me and Ryan are what I call instinctive throwers, though. So we throw different types of knives every single day. I'm right now throwing what is it? I'm throwing 4 different styles of knives when I'm throwing right now. But for this demonstration, I'm only going to be throwing with one type of knife. Just to show you kind of the best practices, right? So that's the trick, though, because when you're practicing, you're going to want the same knife so that you're throwing the same style every single time. And I'm going to be using the what we call the mini swords. These are available, link in the bio if you wanted to throw these exact ones. I do highly recommend these ones, but there are some tips and tricks that go with this exact knife. So be aware whenever you're throwing knives and axes, or knives specifically, is that the balance point is going to be different for every single knife. So where it's going to be, you know, you can say, oh, it kind of matters where the balance point is, but that's not true. Every knife is going to have a different balance point, and you're going to want to kind of find that where it is. For this one, it kind of is right in the middle-ish. I think it has a little bit heavier. It has a little, it's like right around here. Yep. Yeah, so right above the hilt is where it balances. So you can see that it's balancing in the middle. But that means that this knife is super well balanced for half spin, full spin, and no spin. It's not designed for anything specific, but it can do all of them. But that being said, though, this knife has a very specific way of throwing no spin that I'll teach you that other knives won't have. So when you're looking at this up close, when you're throwing no spin, you'll be doing here, but I'll be throwing you first. When you're first starting, you're going to want to do what we call the remote style grip, or This is also called military half spin. Is one way that you could definitely practice and see some other people teaching you how to throw. The military half spin, you're holding it like a remote. So I don't know if you've ever changed a channel on a remote or if you remember when we had remotes. I had, or I still have a remote. But yeah, so like you're changing the channel like this and up and down. This handle is going to be close to your meat. So you see how it's making a straight line from my thumb, and it's the meat of my hand here is in contact with the knife the entire way. So how you adjust your grip, you're going to want to either choke up or choke down, depending how fast you're ending up spinning. But I like to keep these 3 fingers, good practices. I keep these 3 fingers, these 3 last ones. So my pinky, my ring finger, and my middle finger. I like to line them up with the edge of the blade. As you can see, I'm not throwing any sharp blades. This blade's not sharp. This is not going to cut anything. It's just going to be poking into the log. So that's another thing too. You don't want to be throwing sharp knives when you're throwing knives. So these 3, boom, 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 lined up at the bottom, and then again this meat of my hand, flat, and then just like that. So like you're changing a channel on a remote. And a big thing here when you're thinking about the release is you're not opening your hand. You don't want your hand to open when you're throwing. You want it to slide out. So if you've ever thrown a remote at your sibling, you know how to throw already. So yeah, you want it to slide out and not don't want to open your hand, because this is going to give your knife the rotation, the half spin that it's going to make to hit the log. And don't feel bad if you miss a few times. Always practice. I miss. You can see you're watching live, so I'll probably miss a few times. But when you're throwing, yeah, when you're getting practice and keeping that thumb on the top, holding it like so, and then for body positioning, really important for body positioning, you're keeping your shoulders square to the target. And if you're throwing with your right hand, your left foot is forward to make it so that you can square off your shoulders. And if you're throwing with your left hand, same exact grip, but with your right foot forward. So a lot of people like to step into it, but I could do either way. I step into it. I do a lot of mix of different things, but definitely when you're practicing, stick to whatever works for you. And so yeah, hold the knife like this, same grip that I was showing earlier, and then you're gonna want to snap down with your arm. So I always like to say it's like pulling a slot machine, just like when you're throwing axes, if you're ever throwing axes. So really like a slot machine. You're not gonna be pushing this knife, you're gonna be pulling it down and snapping it to give it that half spin to make it stick. So let's get it done. Here you go. And then adjusting your different distance is really important too. So I'm throwing about at 15 feet because I've got lined up for regulation throwing distance. But right around there, you're going to want to adjust either going up or back. That's going to be the first thing that you're going to want to adjust. Don't adjust your grip or anything like that, because you're going to throw it the same way every time. What we like to say is copy paste. So once you get it, like once you get that one, do that same exact motion. You've already learned it. Because once you get it once, you get it again 3 times in a row like that. So let's grab these 3. I'm going to tighten my shoes here. Oh. But yeah, so half spin, again, you're holding it like this. I have my 3 fingers down here, and then I'm pulling down, and it's making that half rotation to stick it in. So yeah, dude, this is great. You can always come back to this video too, but yeah, really adjust the distance, right? So, for half, oh, Bodie's coming to say hi. Hi, Bodie. He wanted to say hi to everybody. He might want to come inside. He's like, there's a doggo barking. He's the most quiet dog in the entire neighborhood. I'm proud of this guy for that, even though he can bark the loudest. Oh, yeah, I think he wants to go back inside. I might let him back in a second, everybody. But let's see. I'm gonna pull him to the side here just so he gets out of the way. Don't throw at live animals. Don't hurt anybody. Everybody, stay safe. And Bodie, sit. Good boy. Okay. All right. So again, half spins, pulling down, and then again, you're not opening your hand. You're letting the knife slide out of your hand. You know, it's just a light grip on it. So you're using that thumb to aim, and I'm really releasing like right around here. So when I say releasing, I'm letting it slide out right about there. So that's it. You know, those were beautiful right in the center, you know, every time. Once you get the half spin, that's when you can kind of take your time and learn other type of throwing techniques. But I think that the best base that you can learn is that half spin, because that'll teach you, you know, how to make adjustments. Like for example, I'm going to throw really close. This is the same exact throw, but when I'm throwing closer, don't recommend starting throwing closer at all. Half spin, do not start throwing closer. But to give you an example of like, you know, how fast you can spin it, right? If you're going to go half here, right, I'm going to be flicking it a lot faster. Like that one almost over rotated, and that one was great. So it's really about how fast you're throwing. You can adjust different parts once you get really good. So like I'm going to throw again like half the distance here, and there you go. But then if I'm going to go back here, it's still going to go half spin, but I'm way back here, so I'm going to slow it down, right? Slow it down again, and then it goes in every time. So it's really just about practicing and practicing and practicing and getting good at your half spins first. Is the first throw that you should learn, because it is called military half spin because people do it in the military. It's the first throw that you learn in the military. It's also the most easy to control. There's not a lot that you can change except for choking up or choking down on the knife. To find it as well is really easy. For like full spin, to find where you need to grip could take you some more time. Like for this full spin for this one, I'm just going to do one, see if I can catch it intuitively. And that was an over rotated one. Oh, and this one is stuck in the handle. So, you know, that just goes to show you that for full spin, you know, you're going to have a little bit more adjustment time, and that's okay. You know, half spin is definitely the one that you're going to want to practice if you're just starting to throw knives. So again, the half spin, I'll just walk it through again for everybody. But yeah, holding it like this, meat of the hand all flat. And then he said, "Thank you, have a great night. I can throw an axe. Yeah, let's do that. I'll throw an axe. But yeah, let's do it. I'll throw an axe for you. I'm going to throw these three half spins real quick. There you go. And then I'll throw an axe for you. I'll teach you how to throw an axe right now too, actually. I really think it's really a fun time teaching people how to throw stuff. So these, I'm actually going to teach you how to throw a tomahawk axe. My dog doesn't like it when I have things in my hands, but got here some tomahawks. These are called tomahawks because the head, you see how the head doesn't have a shim in it. So these actually are technically loose. They're just kind of pushed in there. These are in there really deep because I've been throwing them so much. But these tomahawks are phenomenal. Again, same thing with axe throwing the same type of axe. So these are the same height. These are the same weight, and they look exactly the same. They throw exactly the same. So for throwing axes, you do want to remember that you're pulling down like a slot machine. So if anybody has gambled, or maybe have not gambled, but pulling down on that lever is very, you know, it's an intuitive motion. You know, you're going to be pulling your arm and elbow into yourself. You're not going to be pushing the axe out. You're going to be pulling down like a slot machine to create that spin. I always like to tell people it's almost like, imagine you're chopping the wood, but the wood is right in front of you. I always have a practice thing where you kind of come up to this, and then you kind of hit the log, and then let your hand slide out. It's the same exact kind of thing with the knife throwing, where you don't want to open your hand, you want it to slide out of your hand. So kind of hitting that log and letting it slide. So same exact thing. Let's go. So throw a few of these, and that's it. And then again, I would say 98% of axe throwing is distance. So if that one didn't stick, get closer or get further away. There's some nuances on what you're looking for, and like to tell you which way to go. And I'll get into that on the next throw. But those threw great because I know my distance by heart and can kind of adjust as needed as well. But with knife throwing, axe throwing, let me step closer and I'll give you a good example. Talk about it. So if I got too close, like if I got around here and I throw, I can make that adjustment. But if I got, it's going to be really hard for me to miss. I feel like because I like doing those different adjustments. But like, let's say if I would go way back here, I got to go right over here, kind of trying to mess myself up here, and I want to throw that one over rotated. So what that taught me is I need to slow my spin down or throw harder to make it, spin twice. So I'm going to slow my spin down to make that adjustment. And again, it went over. So what I could do there is I can throw that same exact way. All right. So instead of throwing from here though, all I need to do, because I know it over rotated because it hit the top of the axe. So here's the log. Let's say here's the log. If this is a log, this axe hit the log like this. So that is over rotated. And then if it hits the handle, under rotated, right? So, and then of course this is a perfect stick. So I can adjust my distance by creeping up because I know it over rotated, and I can throw perfect every time. Because once you get your distance, stay at that distance, lock in at that distance. Get really, really good at that distance before trying to adjust your distance. But like, for example, why the distance thing is so, important. And once you get good at that single distance is you figure out what it takes to kind of throw at different distances. So in this case, I can throw from half the distance, but I can still get that one rotation in by just snapping the axe fast. So there's the two close up, and then of course adjusting back here, throwing the same way, but copy pasting that throw. And then once you get good, you can pretty much have a grand old time. Another really fun one to do is an underhand axe throw. So underhand like this. So it's going to be like, whoo, and then it's going to stick. It's going to do one rotation and stick in. So this style is just like the classic grip. So basically you take the axe, you're throwing it like this, you're throwing it like this, and that's the underhand. So same thing, underhand. Ooh, for the underhand though, I gotta say, I feel like underhands always spin faster just by the way the throw is. But it goes just like that. Nice, those stacked up really, really, really good. Always like that when they're in a single line and they didn't hit each other's handles, because anybody that throws axes and knives, it kind of sucks when you hit a handle. But thank you guys for joining me. It's been a great time so far. For every like that I do get, I will do a push-up though. I definitely will do that for y'all before I head out. So throw a like, get me to do a push-up. Yeah, I love the underhand. I think the underhand is like one of those leisurely activities. One throw that I know I'm going to be able to do until I'm 110. All right, Bodie, I'll let you back in. All right, is it time to go back in? Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, I thank you guys, everybody, for joining me. I do owe you guys 7 push-ups, so let me get those 7 push-ups in. Thank you guys for the 40 of you that watched and have been here from the get. And let's do. I got 7 push-ups to do. Let's go. Whoa! Oh, my dog doesn't like when I do these, but let's see. Yeah. No. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2. Oh no. Oh, he won't let me do them, everybody. So I'm gonna do 7 squats. There you go. He'll let me do squats. Everybody, he wants to go inside so bad. Yeah, he won't play. Okay. No. Okay. All right. 7 squats. 7 squats, Bodie. You know what? I'll just pet you. People love this. Everybody loves it when I pet my doggo. He likes it too. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, Bull Bear. You like that? Yeah. I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. So Bodie, you're kind of a legend, man. Everybody say hi to Bodie. He always gets everybody going. He's excited. He likes to see everybody. He likes his fans. And yeah, good boy. He's a fluffy guy. He's in his era right now where he doesn't really shed too much because we're about to go into the cold winter time. That's right. No, down. Yes, down, down. Bodie, down. Show me no tricks. Come on. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Sit. Good. Stay. 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 Come. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, man. Love it. Okay. Let's get a toy for you, huh? Let's get a toy for you. No, no. Come on. Okay. There you go. All right. I got him distracted, everybody. So I should be able to do my squats now. Let's do this. Let's do the push-ups. Let's do it. Let's go. Okay. Let's do the push-ups. Just 7 push-ups. Let's go. Oh no, he's back. He's gonna attack me. All right, I'll have to do the 7 push-ups another time. I'm gonna bring him inside and then be able to chill here. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. Come on. Okay, you want to go inside, you thirsty? Oh, get mommy. So funny. All right. All right. Now I'm back. 7 push-ups. Let's go. Hooah, hooah. There you go. Just 7 for tonight. I'll take it. Oh, we got 8 push-ups. Whoops. We got to do 8 push-ups now. Whoa, there you go. I did 7 and 8, so can't say I didn't do them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. You're watching Danger's Edge. Let me flip this around. You're watching Danger's Edge, and thank you guys for everybody that liked and subscribed. See you guys on the next one. And I won't be as rusty, but it seems like I still have it, so I didn't lose anything on my vacation. That's fun. Just lost a little bit of skin on my hand and my arm. Got some road rash. But overall, great trip. And I'll talk to you guys later about it. Peace.